Hey friends, welcome back to another Budget With Me video. Today I am sharing my June 2023 budget with me for my paycheck number 2. So if you want to see how I'm budgeting out my second paycheck for the month of June using a zero-based budget and the budget by paycheck method, then just go ahead and keep watching this budget with me. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shadavia, and this is Oshi Budgets, where I do talk about all things money, budgeting, and savings related. So on my channel, you will see some things like budget with me's, where I share my real numbers. I do cash envelope stuffings, savings challenges, and I also give you guys debt and savings updates on my own personal financial journey. So if any of that is content you're into, do me a favor and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, but don't forget your notification bell so you never miss the next time I post. By the title of today's video, you can see today's budget with me is going to be for my June paycheck number 2. So as always, these are my real numbers that I share in each budget with me video. And as you can see, I have also gotten myself back into a little debt, but I'll explain why, in later today's video. So when I start my budget with me, or when I start creating my budget, in this case for my second paycheck of June, I always like to start with my 4 walls, and those are my bills that I need to take care of to sustain my household or just my overall bills. So for this particular paycheck, the income that I was able to bring home is going to be $1,388.78, and that is with some overtime, because I did have the opportunity to work some overtime this last 2 weeks, so I took advantage of that for obvious reasons. But that is how much I'm going to be budgeting for my bills, my buffer, as you can see, cash envelopes, and any type of savings. Now, for anyone who is new to my channel, that is the amount that I'm left with to budget for these bills. I do also pay mortgage, insurance, phone bill, etc. But all of those have been automated, and so those go out of my account before I even receive my paycheck. So this is going to be what's actually left for me to work with. Now, the first bill that is going to get taken care of, and does get taken care of every single paycheck, is my car note at the moment. So that is going to be $249. Now, I do have a magic month this month, which means that I get paid 3 times. And so even though my car note is going to be taken care of in 2 payments, I am still going to be making that payment on the 3rd paycheck for June, just because it does allow me 1 extra paycheck, 1 extra car payment by the end of 2023 as well. The next bill that I do have and I need to take care of is going to be my light bill. So I already received my statement, and my light bill is $227.05, which is a jump up from last month. And I completely forgot, you guys, that it's summertime, so the light bill is going to be higher since we are in the summer months. It's hotter, and we're running the AC more. So I didn't consider that in my budget this month, but that is something that I'll make sure that, I take into account for the next budget with me or paycheck breakdown. So with my lights, if you're new here to my channel, I do actually like to split that in somewhat half, or approximately half. So on my first paycheck for the month of June, I did already set aside $100 because I was expecting the bill to be somewhere around $200, which is somewhat the case, but you can see it's a little over. So from this June paycheck number 2, I'm only going to be taking out $127.05. And so what I'll do, my next paycheck that I allocate funds for my lights, I'll probably put $125 each time, just in case the bill does run up to like $250. And that way, it kind of balances out between my biweekly paycheck, since I am paid on a biweekly basis. I hope that made sense. If not, let me know in the comments, but let me know as well if your light bill, if you saw an increase in your light bill this month as well. So that's my light bill. And then the only 2 other bills that I need to take care of from my June paycheck number 2 is phone storage for myself and my daughter. So for myself, that is $9.99, and then for my daughter, it's just 99 cents as well. So let's go ahead and do the math and see how much we have left over after our bills, and we can talk more about cash envelopes and our savings. So $249 for the car note minus the $127.05 for my lights, $9.99 for my subscription, and then my daughter's storage. So then it leaves us with $1,001.75 that we have left. I did want to go ahead and put $20 into my buffer. And so my buffer is just the money that I leave in my checking account just in case for any unbudgeted expenses or maybe some withdrawals that I forgot was happening. That just saves me in those cases where I do have an unexpected or unbudgeted expense. So when we take away that $20 that's going to be left in my checking account, I am then left with $981.75 in this June budget. Now, I feel like this is always the fun part because for me, if you guys know or if been a supporter of mine for a while, then you know I really spent a lot of time like condensing my bills, eliminating the things that don't serve me purpose. And in my paycheck, what I notice is that I usually have quite a bit left over to put into cash envelopes and savings because I don't have a lot of unnecessary bills. Now, as I mentioned, I am back in debt, but I feel like it's for a good reason somewhat because it's only a temporary thing. But again, I'll touch on that here in a second. So I first wanted to start with my cash envelopes because those are going to be my daily or weekly spending expenses. And so some of the things that do not change or has not changed in this budget for a while now is my groceries and gas. Even with it being the summer, we have still been able to manage that $100 grocery budget. And it does take time and effort, but it can actually work, you guys. We are a family of 5 and we've been making it work. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep it at $100. And then my gas, you guys know that is $60, and that has been working as well. So if you have created a budget and some things are working, don't bother them. Like for me, like I said, my groceries and my gas has been working, so I don't want to adjust them just yet because I feel like the moment that I increase them or decrease them, it's gonna be like I need to increase or decrease again. So I just want to, I find comfort in those two numbers. So that is exactly what I'm budgeting for this June paycheck number 2. Now, the next cash envelopes that I am going to be budgeting for is my household. My household envelope takes care of like anything that we need for the household between the next 2 weeks. It doesn't cover every single thing, as I always mention in these budget with me videos, but it does cover enough. And so one of the things that I've learned, like having a lower income from the beginning, is learning how to really make my money work for my situation and make the most of it. And so if that means that I only have, $20, $30 to put aside for household, then that's exactly what I have for the next 2 weeks. Of course, it will be nice to put more, but sometimes we just have to learn to work with what we have until we have more. So that's going to be today's little gem drop for you guys. Just make it work with what you have, because just remember, your current situation is not your permanent situation. But for my household, I do like to budget around $20 to $30. Since I had a little bit of overtime on this paycheck, I did go ahead and keep that to $30 for this one. And then for my self-care, when I looked at these numbers, it came down to $77. It's usually some odd number, but I do like to always just put at least a little bit aside for myself. Again, with this June paycheck number 2, since we did have the overtime, it helped out a lot. So I was able to give myself a little bit more. But even if it's $5 you're putting aside for yourself, definitely do that to let yourself know, like you deserve to treat yourself as well. And then my last cash envelope that I did budget for is not household, family and fun, which is getting $125. Like I said, we are a family of 5, and I notice we usually, when we go out, we will spend anywhere between 60 to 100 plus each time. And so we do have plans this weekend because it is Father's Day. So I just have to, make sure I put some money aside for that as well. Let me know if you guys made it to this point in the video. What are your Father's Day plans? If you're treating your father, your spouses, what do you guys have planned for this upcoming holiday? And let's go ahead and see how much we have left in this budget for June. So we took away the groceries and gas already. And then we're going to take the 30 from our household, 77 from self-care, and then the 125 from family and fun. And then that leaves us with $589. So as you can see, a lot of the money that I have left over after I pay my bills, I like to put them towards some type of future savings goal. And one of the biggest goals that a lot of you may be aware of is that I have a goal of saving $10,000 in 2023. Now, that goal is a stretch goal for myself, but we have been doing an amazing job, and I'm so grateful that you guys have decided to follow me along on that journey as well. And so with my paychecks, I do have a certain amount that I need to budget out each time. And even though this is one of those months where we get like an extra paycheck, I still want to make sure I'm staying committed to, the minimum amount each time. And so for this paycheck, I'm going to go ahead and set aside $209. And again, that is just the minimum that I need to take out my biweekly paycheck each time. It's gonna be at the end of this month, I'll have a little bit more towards that goal because I do get paid 3 times, which is feeling amazing. Just even thinking about it is honestly amazing. So then I have $380 that's left. Now, this is where I'm going to talk about how or why I'm back in debt, you guys. So my birthday is coming up, and I wanted to book a trip for my birthday. And so I didn't have the money saved as of yet towards, my flight and hotel, because it was kind of like something that I was still pondering on. And I didn't want to wait too long because I am so indecisive that if I waited too long or too close to my birthday, then I know that I wouldn't have booked the flight or I wouldn't have gone anywhere. So I would have been just stuck at home, probably doing nothing. And it's going to be my 30th birthday. So I wanted to really, really celebrate life. So I did book a trip, and I got myself back into debt because I put it on a credit card. But I do feel that I have a healthy relationship with my money and with credit cards, that I'm not that worried. I'm not that worried about like continuously being in deeper debt. It's just something that I know I need to work towards and getting paid off. So that is what I'm going to be doing here in the next probably month or two. Kind of just focusing on putting a lot towards that vacation sinking funds that I didn't, necessarily plan ahead for. And that's okay. Sometimes it happens that way. Like I said, for me, I just didn't have the patience to save 2 months and then try to book a flight when it probably is going to cost me more later than now. So I just went ahead and did it. So because of that, today's sinking fund budget is getting $250. And part of that is going to go towards saving for back to school for my kids. And then the other part is going to be going towards my vacation sinking fund, but really it's going towards paying back off that credit card that has that trip or vacation on it. Let me know again. I asked on my community post, but let me know if you've already started saving for back to school. I know it's kind of early, but I feel like I personally want to be ahead of the crowd a little bit. So I'll do my shopping in July since my kids start school in August. And so with that, we do only have $130 left. So that $130 in this June budget from my paycheck number 2 is going towards my month ahead savings goal. And as you guys know, I am working on my very last cash envelope to get in 1 month ahead this year in 2023. But after all of my bills, my cash envelopes, my savings, as I mentioned earlier in today's video, I do budget down to a zero-based budget each paycheck. So I budget paycheck to paycheck, and then I make sure that every single dollar has a job, whether that be a buffer, miscellaneous, or wherever. And so this is what my paycheck breakdown looks like, or my paycheck budget for my June paycheck number 2 looks like. If you guys enjoyed today's video, as always, please give it a thumbs up, you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But thanks you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.